in the stars tonight. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Shoes on, get up in the morning.
Let's start our lesson. Do you know the program instruction? Okay, let me tell you. For the first one is meaning. Meaning is teaching method used programmable lessons are processes that teachers use to help learners achieve a specific learning objective by allowing students to study from the finished lesson by themselves, which has a special feature that is different from the normal lesson. It is a lesson that brings the contents that the learners can learn to break into small steps to make it easy for the learners to learn, and presented to learners in a way that allows learners to respond to what they learned and check their learning immediately. So, can check learning results by themselves because the listeners will have both a pre-test and a post-test exam available. Objective. The teaching method used program lessons is a method aimed at helping individual learners to learn at their own pace, their needs and interests. Next, essential. First, help students and teachers. Next, there are program lessons on topic the meet and need and interest of learners. Next, have learners learning results arising from program lessons.
Okay, and next, procedure. Procedure have 5 stages. 1. Problem educator need and interest of learners. And next, teachers choose to seek and create program lesson on topic that meet the students' problem needs or interest. And then, the structure recommend the use of the program lessons for learners to understand. And the teacher instructs the student to study the program lesson by themselves. And the last one, learner taste their own learning or come to be tested by an instructor. And next is type of program instruction. The first one is program line. Program line is lessons are organized in a sequence of layers from easy to difficult. Let learners gradually learn from the easy to the difficult, from the known to the unknown, from box 1 to box 2, 3 and so on. With the exception before study in box 2, learner must answer the question in box 1 correctly. Therefore, they can study in the second frame in the next frame as well. Cannot cross any frame so that the learners understand first and okay, and next is branching program lesson. Okay, and this stage is the lesson will be different from the first, is that learner will not proceed in sequence. Learners may go back and forth in different subunits, depending on the learner's abilities. If the student answers the question incorrectly, may instruct the student to return to class in additional text message.
Next is technique and suggestion. The first one is preparation. Teacher need to study the problems, needs and interests of the learner individually in order to find out what lesson should be taught to someone. 2. The implementation of instructor to teach the student a pretest and clarify the learning method from the program lesson. Let the student ask questions until they are understood. Then students study the lesson, with each learner spending a lot of time differently. And the last one is evaluation. After the learner have completed the lesson, the instructor therefore make a post-study exam and rates it. Okay, then advantages. The first one is it is a teaching method that encourages students to study by themselves. The second is it is a teaching method that allows individual learners to learn according to their abilities. It is a response to differences between individuals. The third, it is a teaching method that reduces the burdens of teachers and help solve the problem of teacher shortage. Finally, restrictions. The first one is it is a teaching method based on program lessons. If no lesson or lessons are of good enough quality, inevitably affect the learning of the students. 2. Creating good quality lesson it is time consuming and difficult to create. The creator needs to have knowledge, understanding of building lessons. And the last one is lessons are good programming lessons. The program lessons that are of poor quality will not be interesting and will not attract learners' attention and make them bored. Thanks for attention.